So what is going on, guys? It's Triple G here, back with another video. In today's video, we're going to be covering the new game, Lord of the Rings Return to Moria. It is a survival action RPG, and it is a ton of fun. We played it for around about 10 hours yesterday, and I have some beginner tips for you that you are going to want to know. If you enjoy this video, please consider subscribing to the channel, or join me over on Twitch. I stream 6 times a week, and otherwise, let's get straight into this video. So if you've enjoyed any survival games, the new Lord of the Rings game that came out yesterday is available on PC, can play up to 8 players on PC, or available soon on PS5, and it will have up to a 5-player co-op. It will also be coming out on Xbox, so don't worry if you're on Xbox, you'll be able to get that as well in the future. So like many survival games, there is a beginning tutorial which will go through the basics, get you to your first forge, but then the game gives you a quest to go and find things, and then you're pretty much on your own. So in this guide, I'm going to talk to you about the things you should prioritize and things that you should look out for when going around and exploring the mines. So the first thing you're going to want to do is make sure that you get that first camp set up properly. You can reinforce that camp by adding stone walls and doors there, which means that if you are attacked at night, then you have that protection and things can't get into your base and potentially destroy them. You're going to want to forage around the surrounding area, getting enough materials to build the forge as well as the meal station and the other stations that are close together so that you have a base of operations. Once you've got a base of operations, it's then trying to go out and forage. Now, one of the things that are in this game are statues. Now, these statues are super important for progress, because in a survival game, it's all about improving your gear. One of the easiest ways to improve that gear is to actually go around and find these statues. Every time you rebuild a statue, you will unlock parts of a blueprint or a full blueprint itself, which will give you a key item like a weapon or a foraging item, or it will give you armor. All of this will help you progress through the game at a much easier pace and allow you to deal with any of the enemies or any of the upcoming resources that you might want to mine. Now, in Return to Moria, there is an armor system, health system, and food system. Now, there is a couple of things to note when using the food. The first thing is that you will find mushrooms and other items out on the ground that will feed your hunger, okay? But these won't actually affect what will give you more health over time. There is no health over time unless you actually cook meals at the beginning of the game. So what you're going to want to do is make sure you have your meal station, and when you go to sleep, then actually eat in the morning. This will ensure that when you go to bed, you don't lose any of that food that you might just have eaten. Once you feel like you're well equipped to go on an adventure, it's then about exploring the mines. As well as the statues, you'll be able to find little fragments of axes and other weapons around the game. Make sure that you are dealing with majority of the enemies. Everything in Return to Moria is very useful, whether that's hide, whether that's the meat from the actual animals. Make sure that you are mining all the materials as possible. Keep some stone and wood on you just in case you need to build to elevate yourself up to an area so that you can mine, and make sure that you don't overextend. Now, there is a day-night cycle in Return to Moria, and this day-night cycle has an impact. Even though that you are in a cave, the mountain will get much colder and there will be more enemy patrols at night. If you are looking to farm those enemies, then obviously you can go out at night and deal with these enemies, looking for important resources that they may drop. However, if you do get caught too far away from your camp, you can build yourself a little campfire and a bedroll and sleep there. As long as there's not any enemies around you, you will be able to sleep till the next morning, meaning you don't have to always go back to your base camp. Now, the final thing we're going to touch on here is one of the most important resources, and that is black diamonds. Now, these black diamonds can be found in orc camps in the chests themselves, and they can be dropped from orcs. Now, these crystals will allow you to access the teleportation system that is in the game. Now, you will need a bunch of them to go out to the next biome, but at the beginning, you'll be able to fast travel from 3 points before you travel down to the next biome. These are super important, which will allow you to travel and traverse quickly while you've got all that material, meaning you cut down on the game time so you can get back to the action straight away. Just a side note on those teleportation devices, if you do access a teleportation device and you are not full up on hunger, you will actually make yourself become starving and start to take damage over time. So that's it for today's video, guys. That is my beginner tips for Return to Moria. I had a bunch of fun and I'm sure you will too. If you've enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing to my channel or join me over on Twitch. I stream 6 times a week, and otherwise I'll catch you on the flip.